Hi guys, back today with a project share. This is for a project that, for a swap that I joined over at Creating the Crafty Life. And this is for the Tag Your It swap. Now, sorry, I'm just finishing cleaning my mat because I realized it's super streaky. So this is for the Tag Your It swap, and I do apologize, it's kind of hard to see what's in front of you right now, but I'll get into that. So what this swap is, the Tag Your It swap, is I'm like so excited about this I can hardly like stand it. So with the Tag Your It, what happens is you sign up for it, and then sign-ups close, and then you start tagging. You tag someone that you want to create a project for you. Now the person that you tag, you actually send them a package of different items, and so whatever items that the person sends you, you use to create. Now you have to use those items, but you can also use items from your own stash to kind of supplement the project. So the person that I tagged is different than the person that this is going to. So this project is going to Deb, and she is Crafty Texas Woman here on YouTube, and I will try and remember to link her down below. I also did the Late Night Crafting series with this particular project, and if you are interested in that, I will try and remember to link that down below as well. I had so much fun with this. Deb sent me a package, and I will try and remember to insert the package here, like the picture of the items here. And those were the items that she she asked me to create with, or wanted me to create with. So she sent me the 8x8 paper pad, flowers, the metal piece, the bird cage, that kind of stuff. So originally when I started this project, I was like, I had just seen Jim the Gentleman Crafter's gazebo project, and I was like, I want to make that for Deb. And then as I got into it, I realized that the name of the Graphic 45 pad was Love Notes, and what better way to do that than with, some people will call this a Victrola, some people will call this a phonograph. Now this piece right here, this top piece, is not attached. Just for ease of shipping, I want to be able to take it apart and be able to send it to Deb in 2 pieces, and then she can adhere it back to, or she can adhere it together when it gets to her, but just for shipping, I've kept it in 2 pieces. Now, the top part is the Gramophone, Phonograph, whatever you want to, Victrola. Where I got it was from, hang on just a second, it is the old-fashioned phonograph, and it's terrascraftstudio.com, and again, I'll try and remember to link that down below. Oh my goodness, this is going to be such a long video. And so this particular piece came from there, and I did cut it out on my brother's Scan and Cut, so she does offer a cut file and also a file for you to be able to hand cut with, so I did that. She does also offer instructions for the box part, the bottom part of it, but I wanted something, oh, sorry about that squeak, slightly different. For the bottom part of it, I did copy kind of the top part, and I'll get into that in just a second. Or not a second, but in just a little bit. But I wanted something slightly different, so I did change up the box, but she does offer directions on how to make a different box. It's just the box that she had didn't fit the mini. So inside of this is actually a mini album of sorts. Okay, so let's talk about this a little bit. So I'm going to explain so you guys can kind of see this. And I'll insert pictures so you can see it as a completed project. So this part, I just added some flowers. Now, Deb did send me a bunch of flowers, but I did supplement with some white flowers, and this is one of the metal butterflies she sent me, and then I added some trim and lace here. I did also supplement the papers with the 12 by 12 pattern papers, and also the solids and prints for the box portion of it. And I think on the inside some of the tags. I'm trying to remember. But I definitely killed that 8x8 stack that Deb sent me. So I just added some flowers and that butterfly to the back. I'm going to actually just move this box out of the way for just a second. We'll come back to it, I promise. All right, so this top part, I love this striped pattern paper. It's, oh gosh, it's so pretty. And then on the inside, this isn't a damask, but it kind of reminds me of a damask print. So I used some of the lace trim that Deb had sent me, and then some flat back pearl trim here. The flowers are, again, some of the flowers are from what Deb sent me, and then I think the pink and rose-colored ones, some of those I think came from my stash. This little pearl and gem piece, these two pieces, these came from Deb, so I added those in there to add just kind of some spread, and then this other little butterfly piece. And I just love the way that this came out. It kind of reminds me a little bit of the lamp from A Christmas Story. Just like the top part of it. It kind of reminds me of that, but I love it, and I just think that this came out so pretty. So I think came out really fantastic. So I'm going to set that off to the side where it's nice and safe. I'm going to bring in the box part of it. Okay, so let's talk about the box. Now, I did add some trim around the edge, just some more of that flat back trim around the edges. This piece right here, the circle, the record pieces, and then this arm piece and this box piece right here. These are also cuts from that same file that I used. And so this little arm piece, there's a couple little hitch fasteners here, and underneath you can't see, but to give it some lift, if you look in close, there's actually a couple of gear pieces, Tim Holtz gear pieces. I don't know if you can really see that, but to give it a little bit of dimension. Another little hitch fastener here, and then this is kind of like the volume button, and what I did is I took my flat back trim and I put it around the edges here. This is a little copper 45 elbow piece, and what I did is I covered it in gesso, and then I added some lace trim, some more flowers just around it. I did need to add a little bit of stability, so there's a little wooden piece back there, and you can't really see it. Well, you might be able to see it a little bit, but I found that the heaviness of this the top piece kept coming forward and it kept sinking, so I just added a little bit of stability there. Sorry, I've got a little glue string. Okay. And then just some more flowers here. The front of the box, oh, it's on the little Tim Holtz pediment feet, and I just covered the box in just some of the 12 by 12 pattern paper. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, if I was going to redo this box, I definitely would have done a solid box with just the front opening instead of the traditional like box top kind of thing, and that's just because I think it would look more like a record player versus like a box kind of with a record player on top of it. But I still think it's super pretty. The only thing I need to do is add the swap information to this. Now the front of the box, okay, is right here, and it's how this front piece actually opens and it folds down, and we'll get there in just a second, but it's held by magnets. This little wooden piece was one of the pieces that Deb sent me, and all the papers are inked in the Close to My Heart espresso ink, and then I actually just took this and pressed this in. This little metal key is one that Deb sent me as well, and I just put it across, and it's kind of like a little like a little handle kind of thing, and I just added some flowers just to decorate it, and then just some pearls, and these are pearls that Deb had sent me as well, and I just think that overall it's super pretty. So when you open it like this, it's magnetized, so you open it, and again, had I been planning this out a little bit better, I wouldn't have brought this piece up to the top. I would have probably cut it down just a little bit. It still opens and there's not a problem with it, so there's enough give there, but it might be a little bit better had I just given it a little opening. Now when it's like this, it doesn't matter, like it's gonna fall forward and open like that, so I guess it's okay. because, you know, someone isn't going to be opening it like this. Opening it like this is a little bit hard, but it's fine. So inside, I actually created a mini for Deb. So it's 2 projects in one, because again, I can't help myself. Okay, so we'll just set the box out of the way and we'll get into the mini. All right, so here's the mini, and obviously my minis are not so mini, and it's more of a box in of itself, and I was thinking, well, maybe I could just put like a box on it and, you know, like, or sideways, but I wanted them to be separate because I wanted it to be easy to, the mini I wanted, you know, to be easy to flip through. All right, so here's my front cover. And I use the 12 by 12 pattern paper on this. This is is this a Martha Stewart? Yeah, this is a Martha Stewart border punch. And again, everything is inked in that espresso ink. And the paper, these papers are actually the 12 by 12 papers, because the 8 by 8 was gone at this point, and I needed a little bit more than the pieces are longer than the 8 by 8. Okay, so on the front, this little iridescent ribbon is ribbon from my stash, but this wide lace and then this pinkish white lace, or this pinkish peach lace, is lace that Deb sent me. This little heart piece right here is one that Deb sent me, and then this little, it is a MDF like little wood piece, Forever and Memories. These are pieces that she sent me as well. And what I did was, I at first had tried to cover them in the espresso ink, and then I just black heat embossed them. I just used my sticky ink and used my black embossing powder and covered them. And then I just added flowers from my stash, different size roses. There's a little bit of bling trim right here. And there's underneath, it's a little hook clasp. And so it's a little bit different than I've ever done as far as the closure goes. But you just unhook it and it opens just like this. And this piece does come over, so it does fold over. And it is held by magnets, although depending on how it's sitting, the magnets, you know, don't hold it closed completely. So we'll go ahead and open this up. Okay. Now on the inside, there's a little pocket right here for Deb to put like pictures and things like that. And so this is a paper bag mini, and I use the slotted binding system, and I will try and remember to link to my dear friend Mariana. She does a beautiful tutorial for it, and I think it just lets the mini lay a little flatter, although none of my minis ever lay super flat. So let's get into it. So there's 6 pages here, and they all have a fold out. So on this first page is a little shaker piece that I created out of this the stickers, and it's a belly band. So there's some paper, and then there's this little ephemera piece, and I think this is from the 12 by 12 yeah, this is the 12 by 12, and I just put it here. This little mandolin is just a little tuck piece to tuck behind so that the pieces don't fall down. There's a little bit of trim here on either side of the paper belly band just to give it a little more stability, and then just some flowers from my stash. Go ahead and looks like it was sticking a little bit. So on this page right here, there is just kind of like a photo mat, or she could leave it blank, little tuck behind paper piece. And now with this piece, it's just a sticker from the paper collection, and it just says where music's oh my gosh, where words fail, music speaks. And there's a little piece of trim here, and you flip it up and you can flip it down. Okay. And this is just a little border piece from the paper collection, and then just 2 little ephemera pieces, and these are both from the 8 by 8 stack. And so you can, there's a little tuck piece right in there for a picture or journaling, you know, card or whatever she wants. And this is held shut by a magnet. These 2 little envelopes are just tied, and there's little cards in there. There's little, this is these are little stickers from the paper collection. This one right here, I just backed on some cardboard or cardstock from the collection that matched the envelopes, and I just popped it up on a little bit of foam tape. Each page has a pullout that's matted front and back. So I'm just going to open the one here, and it's just a little piece of black cardstock in there, and she can put whatever she wants in there. And I left the bows a little bit long so that it was easier to tie them back up, because I know sometimes when you do this and you tie your bow and it's all perfect, and then you know the person goes to tie it again, it's hard for them to tie again. And obviously, it being the first page, it's a little harder to retie this. Let's go like that. Okay, not too hard, but I'm not going to worry too much about that. So there's that. Okay, so we open it up, and on this back side is a little pocket that's created by the paper bag itself, and then there's just 2 tags in here. Now this is the Spellbinders, what is this, Labels 4, and so what I did was I just cut them out of the pattern paper. I added a couple little pearls here. And then this is some trim that Deb sent. And then this, I think, is from my stash. So I cut, part of this trim I cut in half and I used it elsewhere. A couple of flowers from my stash. And then this is just a sticker backed on cardstock from the paper collection. I kept it fairly simple. This is a waterfall feature, and so she could put a picture here if she wanted to, but it's just a little metal piece, and then this is a little cutout from the paper collection, and it's held down by a magnet, and she could do some journaling here if she wanted to, or whatever, another picture could go there. And then there are the waterfall pieces. Oops. I looked at that. There's a little bit of adhesive right there. Okay, let me just flip it up. And then these are 3 little postage stamps from one of the cut-aparts page from the collection. It's just held by a magnet, and it opens up just like this. Another little pocket page. Added some. It's a little the punch, little cardstock trim, little flower from my stash, and this is another sticker or little cut apart piece backed on some cardstock, and then just some cutouts from the 12 by 12 collection. Those just sit down in that pocket. On this page right here, it's just a little booklet that, Lord, how does it open? Let's remember how this opens. So this little piece right here, I didn't adhere all the way down, so she could slip a picture underneath if she wanted to. And this is just a little ticket from the collection. This is a die, just some black cardstock, and I can't remember the name of the die. I think it's Crafter's Companion. And then this little booklet is a 3-page open up, and just for pictures, journaling, whatever she wanted to, just keeping it a little simple. On the back, just a repeat, little trim across the edge of it, some more tags, flowers from my stash, and then another little cut apart piece. This little piece right here is adorable, at least I think it is. This is a sticker from the sticker collection, again, backed on some black cardstock. There's a little thing right there. And then this is a little paper piece, little paper punch piece, and then I added some trim on top. This is a metal piece that I cut apart just to extend it so you can see it a little bit better. And then this is just cut apart, and then a little tag just to kind of bulk it up, like it needed more bulk, right guys? On the back side is a lace pocket, and it's 2 layers of lace, and I used one of the little sticker pieces across the top, a couple little tags with the pearls on them, and then a couple little flat pearls with some pearls in the center. This is another little fold out, a couple little flowers here, the border punch, and then the little metal piece, another part of that metal piece. So this, the bottom part, what I did was I just kind of tucked it behind there, and it is magnetized, so Just another little fold-out booklet, just like that. Okay. And then on the back side, little pocket, little frame, and then this piece right here is the top piece of this trim right here. So is that the top? Yeah, the top piece. So I used it in a couple of different places. And then I just added some pearls to the top of this trim. This page right here is just a little pocket page, and there's just a little pocket right there, and a little ribbon, a little tiny bow, some flowers from my stash, and she could put a picture here or leave it just as is. This little page right here is a couple little flip outs, so there's little flowers there, and just flip it out just like so. And this just a little photo mat right here, another couple little doily pieces back there. And then this piece is one of the Tim Holtz frames, just out of some glitter cardstock. And there's a couple tags just tucked in back there, just from the paper collection. And she can still slide. I didn't glue it down all the way, but she can still slide a picture in there. She can put a picture in there that's not mounted on a tag. This is just a little fancy labels die cut, and then a little sticker, a couple little flat flowers from my stash, and then I just added some lace right there. Okay, baby girl. Truly's coughing a little bit. Little lace pocket right here. Okay. Junie, you okay? Hang on, guys. I'll be right back. Okay, guys, I'm back. All right, so we open up here. We already talked about that. The back side, again, just to repeat, some more beautiful lace, and then some heart pearl drops. This is a cutout from the sticker collection. Or no, wait, this is a cut apart. Another couple little tags in here, just out of the pattern paper. And there we go. And just some flowers from my stash. This piece is another little belly band, couple little piece from the cut aparts, little tag, little bird, little metal bird, some flowers, and then this again another little belly band, and then a little paper bow. That's what it's called, and yeah, that's what it is. And then this trim is so adorable. I think it's so cute. It kind of reminded me of a nest a little bit, because it was kind of, it had a lot of little ends. Excuse me. So there's that. This, let me just grab this real quick. Oh, there's a larger one back there. I totally forgot about this one. So it's just from the 12 by 12, and it just slides. It does slide in there. I promise it does. I'm just at a awkward angle. Okay. It'll slide in there. Okay. So when I get to this page right here, this is a photo frame, and it loads from the top. And so it's a little acetate piece, and you can slide the picture in. This is a little sticker from the cardstock collection. A couple little black flowers with flat flowers that I added pearls to. Let's stick that back in there. And then this is just a little fold-up piece, and it folds down, so it's just a little spread for photos. And I just stuck this in here so that Deb knows it is, you can tuck something in there. And then I added a couple little tags, and then another little cut apart right there from the collection. And then we open it up to this side, and I love this piece right here. This lace is so pretty. Added a little bit of flat trim right there, another couple tags, little cut apart piece. This is a sticker from the sticker collection, and just some flowers right there just to kind of frame it. And I think this is probably one of my favorite pages. This is just a large clear shaker window that she can put a photo behind. And what I did was I just used some of that same like shimmer, like gold cardstock, and I created this little magnet piece, and it comes down and it actually flips up like this, so it's completely see-through. Okay, and she can put a photo there if she wants to, or she can just leave it decorative, but it's magnetized, so it just stays in place just like that, and just some flowers from my stash around it. This is a little dual pocket, so just some pieces from the little cut apart 8x8, a little mini tag right there, and then 2 of the larger tags right here. And it's just 2 diagonal pockets with that same border punch that I've been using throughout. And then this is just a little pocket page again, some little cardstock tags, and then I, from the 12x12 collection, I cut apart some of the postage stamps and added some of the little flat black pearls, and then these are just, it's just 2 pockets, so there's right there and there. Okay, and then on the back, it's just more of the same. So 2 of the tags, a larger cut apart, or larger piece from the cut apart, and I just saw a crane fly come through here. Oh my goodness. And then just some flowers from my stash right here, some more trim, and just a little piece of lace right there, a little border piece, and I just think it's so pretty. And then on the back I created another lace pocket, and then just some trim from my stash, and she can stick ephemera or whatever she'd like in there. So that is my not so mini that goes in. See what I'm saying? It won't, if it's laying flat like that, it won't stay shut with the magnet. So that is my not so mini, and I hope Deb loves it. I had so much fun creating both the mini album and also the box that it goes into. And so this little piece right here, it's just a little hook, I guess it's a little bra hook, and you just hook it there, and it sits just like that. So there's the mini, and here's the box, and we'll just kind of stick this back in there. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I had so much fun making this project, and hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye!